Okay, ladies and we're here with Brother Acoli, prisoner of war, who is being held right now in Leavenworth. Brother Sundiata is called straight from the prison, and we'd like to welcome him to the WHPK listening audience. Welcome to our to the show, Brother Sundiata.
Thank you for the time.
Brother Sundiata, if you could tell us, a lot of people are not familiar with your case. A lot of people are familiar with what a prisoner of war is. So, could you enlighten us on your case and exactly what you mean by being a prisoner of war?
All right. My case is basically stemmed from a shootout on the New Jersey Turnpike in 1973, May 2nd. A Friday secure, stage secure, and I were traveling the New Jersey Turnpike, and we were pulled over by the police. The police shot a Friday secure with their hands in there, killed Zaid, and I was arrested a couple of days later, and we went to trial, and I was charged with the death of police, and I was sentenced to life plus 30 years. The father went to trial. A year later, she was charged with the same thing, the death of police, and she was sentenced to life plus 30 years. Most of us came out of the Black Panther Party. The Black Panther Party began to be destroyed by COINTELPRO. Many of us decided to continue the struggle on an underground level and formed the Black Liberation Army. And at the time that we were arrested, we were members of the Black Liberation Army.
So, could you tell me a little bit about what the Black Liberation Army was about and exactly how did they try your case?
Oh, okay. First, what the Black Liberation Army was about. One problem with the Black Panther Party was that the people that did community work, we did basically community work. We organized around community control of schools, free breakfast programs for children, tree health clinics, tenant organizing for tenants to take over slum housing when the landlord wouldn't maintain it, anti-drugs, against drugs in the community, and against police brutality. The problem was that we were organizing in the community by day and having regular education meetings and organizing in the office in the daytime, and these are the same people that had to perform sometime military maneuvers to dance the procedure at night, right? So that what happened was that as the repression came down on the party, they used excuse. They were always looking for fugitives or looking for someone that happened to be engaged in some other activity. So that we began to see that it was necessary for the military to be completely separated from the above ground organization. And as the party began to succumb to this repression, the people that wanted to continue to struggle became members of the underground. And that was how the Black Liberation Army was formed. And as far as what you asked about my trial, the trial, well, basically it was one of a continuous, I don't know, hysterical publicity from the time that of our arrest, right straight through until day in and day out, right straight through until we were convicted and sentenced to prison.
Initially, you stood trial under 21 case.
Yes.
So now kids have applied to blow up New York department stores, New York botanical gardens, etc. That doesn't sound anything that
Okay.
the PLA would be doing.
What it was is that the party at the time that we were organizing the community, we were very effective, right? And we began to get a good support from the community and a good following from the community, right? So in order for the police or the government or whatever to stop us, right? They came up with ridiculous conspiracy charges to try to mostly to arrest the leadership, right? Of the New York Black Panther Party, and to try to spread bad propaganda or whatever on us, right? And it was mostly like to take us out of the community, but the charges were so ridiculous, and that the jury just didn't go for it. But the thing is that they kept us in prison for 2 years, and without bail, I think 4 people got there. Were 21 of us that were indicted. 13 of us were arrested. What happened is they kicked in doors at 4 o'clock in the morning on 21 people. They found about 13 of us at home, and we were taken down to the precinct and arrested, booked, and all that.
This is back in 1969?
Right, April 2nd of 69. And at that time, each of us was given a $100,000 bail, which doesn't seem like much now, but back in '69, a $100,000 bail was almost like a $1 billion bail now. So we had a difficult time raising the bail, but we did happen to raise enough to bail 4 people out. And at the time, I was working in computers as a programmer, and there were some people called People for Peace that were, people that formed from different corporations that worked for computers and also where I worked. And after 4 people that was bailed out, I think the people that were bailed out were Athena Shakir, Joan Bird, Daruba bin Wahad, and Dr. Whale. By then, the people for Peace had raised my bail money. And I came up to be bailed out, and the judge refused to let me out on bail, and then said, from then on I had no bail, and then furthermore he wasn't going to let anybody else out on bail, so the remainder of us had to stay in prison for 2 years, or in jail for 2 years on trial, until we were acquitted. The thing is, the jury acquitted us in less than an hour.
As saying, justice delayed is justice denied.
Right, but one thing that it did was that it kind of decapitated the leadership in the New York County Party. That was one of the methods that they used to kind of destroy the party, because by the time we came out, the party always had been closed down for a while. Councils were scattered, disorganized, and paranoia was running wild, so that it was the party almost never got back to where it was, and that was one of the reasons that and with the intensified surveillance that they put on all of us in the 21 after we were acquitted, and the harassment that they put on us, that it really drove most of us underground.
So, on May 2nd, 1973, you were ambushed by the state troopers on the turnpike.
Right.
And so that's what resulted in the murder of Zaid and the wounding of Assad.
Assad is secure.
And after the arrest, you suffered abuse at the hands of the state.
Yeah, I mean,
in terms of the lack of medical care, being kept in isolation.
Well, what they did was they took me to the county jail, right? And put me in solitary, kept a light on me for 24 hours a day. I wasn't allowed any visitors. The only visitor I had was a lawyer was able to visit me. But other than that, no business whatsoever, no family, no friends, no nothing. I wasn't allowed any newspapers. I was just in solitary by myself, and they frequently let state troopers come back in the county jail, back in the quarter solitary where I was, and just stare at me coldly. In fact, I remember one time one came through the door, and I don't know whether just a ploy or what, but anyway, when you come into a jail, whether you're an officer or not, all guards and all police officers or whatever have to check their guns, at the door, right? Back in the section where the prisoners are. Anyway, this guy came through with his gun already on him, so they made a big thing of saying, hey, stop, and told him that he forgot to check his gun.
Play acting for you.
Things like this, right? That I went through for the entire year that I was in county jail.
Right now you're in Leavenworth, but before that you were in prison, which had been condemned for years as being uninhabitable.
Also, I was in state prison, right? And I am still a state prisoner. What happened? A number of things happened. One that when I went to Trenton State Prison, they kind of like instantly made converted one part of the prison into an MCU unit, and they rounded up a lot of us up. I was the first one they rounded up.
Could you tell us what an MCU is?
It's just a name, but what it is, it's a patrol unit. They have named it MCU because the warden had gone out to California, and they had a unit out there that they call MCU, which stands for Management Control Unit, which was like OE in California. And he liked to sit up there, and so then he came back to Trenton and instituted this system in a wing at Trenton, and then they rounded up 250 prisoners in this unit, and I was the first one that they rounded up, and then they began to let out. What it was a ploy to like really round up about 25 prisoners to 50 prisoners, but in order to like make it look like they weren't aiming at particular prisoners, because they had no reason to put us in this unit, but they had put a cover on it. So they rounded up 250 prisoners, and within a month or so, they had let over 100, 150 of them out, right? And what they were doing, they were letting out everyone that they really didn't want in the first place. They were just really aiming at 25 to 50 prisoners, which they had tagged as political, more political prisoners. And so I was in this unit for 5 years. The cells were very small. I mean, they were so small that they're punished, and they're punished by being sent to the hole or to a lockup or, to a unit, and, so forth and so on. Marion, the whole penitentiary is a lockdown unit. In other words, there's no general population in Marion, so that the whole penitentiary is a control unit. It's a controlled prison. Instead of, in other words, the whole place is a lockdown. The whole place is you're in your cell 23 half hours a day. They took out all of the bunk beds, which have, some kind of little springs and mattress on them, and they put in stone beds. They took out all the fixtures in cells and only left a sink and a toilet bowl. And in prison, the sink and the toilet bowl is all one unit. In other words, there's a bowl above, and then there's the toilet. The top part of the toilet is your wash bowl. So that these cells, they only have stone beds. These are all the cells in Marion. They only have stone bed, toilet bowl combination, and that's it. And you got a few personal problems, and you lock these cells 23 hours a day. And it's made to break and to punish, prisoners, right? And same thing as in other prisons, 90% of, well, I don't know, 90, maybe, but at least 75%, African and third world people, third world nationality.
There are a number of political prisoners and prisoners of war besides yourself.
Acoli, he's at Marion right now. And what it is that they always find they don't have a reason, right? They don't have a reason for sending me there. I just coming to the federal system, just been forced into the federal system, and they sent me there. No violation, no nothing. They just sent me there. Same thing with Acoli, he's there now, right?
Oscar Lopez?
Lopez, right. Thank you. And I know him very well. He's there. Bill Dunn, which is a North American political prisoner, he's there at Marion, right? Most of the people...
Hanif Shabazz Bey,
Right, Hanif, Shabazz, he's there. And most of the people that are specified and considered as political prisoners have sometime or another been through Marion. And that's without any violation. They just, in other words, they come up with a classification and say, well, we decided that you need closer custody, and you're sent to Marion for no reason at all. So just when you get to Marion, they put out the propaganda to all the rest of the people in the world that these are the worst of the worst, the end of the land, the prisoners that are the most violent, that have violence on their record. I don't have any violence on my record in prison, period. That they're gang members, all kind of tags to keep the public terrified and, anti-prisoner, anti-this. When in the asylum hours, they send people to very strict punishments that haven't committed any violation whatsoever.
So your cell was how big in Marion, and you were in there for 23 hours a day?
Okay, well, let's see. Prison was built before the Civil War, right? So that the cells that they built in this section of the prison were very small, way too small for you to hold a man in for 23 hours a day like you did. Okay, now Marion was built in 1962, I think, right? So by then, regulations had come out that a prisoner the regulations always had the prisoners had to have a certain amount of space. But what I'm saying is that at the time that they built Marion, they had to follow these regulations, because it was a new building, right? And so that as far as space at Marion, I think that these cells are 9 by 7, I think so, which is it's much larger than the cells were at Trent, but you still in these cells 23 hours a day.
So years.
Right. By the way, I was married 8 years, which was much longer than most people stay married.
So is there any possibility at all for parole for Sundiata Acoli?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, because right now, my attorney is working on a sentence reduction, right? The first thing is that I've been in prison 19 years, going on 20 years, right?
Yeah.
I was going on 19 years, it's May 7th. And so that my attorney put together a sentence reduction petition, because I had good time that was taken, and that because I was sent out of state, forced out of state, I could never get back in the Jersey courts to, apply to have just a good time return. But people, prisoners that stayed in New Jersey, a lot of them got their good time back, and a lot of it stems from the time that we were in the MCU unit, where they gave us a lot of bogus charges, just because of, as a means of punishing prisoners, right? And they make the charge. So a lot of us lost a lot of good time on bogus charges. The prisoners that stayed in New Jersey, they were eventually able to get theirs back, because it's obvious that, it was just a lot of charges made simply to antagonize prisoners. I was sent out of state, and then later on, I was the first prisoner sent out of state in Jersey. Later on, they began to send more prisoners out of state. But I wasn't able to get my good time back, and our records were all messed up from being a state prisoner in the federal system. So my lawyers put together a sentence reduction to get all this straightened out, and to get my good time back, and to get my sentence reduced. So basically what I'm saying is that when they file this in court, they're asking, and I'm asking people to send letters to the court and, urge and request that my sentence be reduced, because a lot of the time was added unnecessarily and unfairly. Anyway, I have a address where that people could write to find out, get on the mailing list so that they can know when my sentence reduction comes up, so they could send support letters, or they could also write it to find out more about the prison in general, and my case, and how to, what they can do for the prison. So the address is the Sundiata Acoli Freedom Campaign. Sundiata, Sundiata Acoli, Acoli, Freedom, FREEDOM, campaign, CAMPAIGN. Post office box 5538, and it's in Manhattanville Station. Manhattanville is MANHATTANVILLE. Manhattanville Station, STATRON. Harlem, New York, 10027. It's a way to kind of like keep track of my situation, and how you can help, and where to send what letters when my sentence reduction comes up. That's one thing they can do.
Do you have a date for that yet?
No, because the lawyers are drawing up the petition now.
Okay.
And if people write this box, then they can get on the mailing list, and then when the petition is drawn up and filed in court, before it's filed in court, they'll be sent letters saying, that what court it is and where it is to send the letter.
Okay. Brother Sundiata, what would be your message to people today? A lot of people are looking for some sense of direction, some sense of how to struggle, and in what way to struggle. And could you give us your perspective?
I think the main thing that African people have to do, in our particular situation, is that we have to take control of our own lives one one of the problems is that we, as black people, can never really solve our own problems because we are always dependent on laws being passed. In other words, that our problems are always being solved from City Hall or from the U.S. government. And the solutions that they propose are basically solutions that are best for them, but it's not always best for us. So that we have to decide that we have to solve our own problems. And the way that we do that is that we have to stand on self-reliance and independence and take control of our community and lives and whatever. But I'm saying that we have to start thinking independently.
Now, I understand you've published at least one book, and people might be interested in trying to get a hold of that information or anything that you've published or written.
Sun views. One thing about Marion, you have lots of time. I'd already been in prison about, 6, 7, 8 years. I don't know how long, maybe 10 years. So I decided that during those 10 years, I had written articles to various political organizations, things like that. So basically what I decided to do, and oftentimes people said, well, Sundiata, what is your solution? I mean, what do you propose, right? So what I did, I decided to kind of just sit down, because I had so much time, and kind of lay out the problem as I saw it, and I'm talking about in reference to African people in this country, black people. There were people, and what I felt the solutions were. So I wrote it down. I put in a book called Sun Views, right? And the book, like I say, it can be gotten from the address that I just gave you, the Sundiata Acoli Freedom Campaign in New York. But I also, we have a branch in Chicago.
Oh, great.
And a brother named Hondo Chico is heading up that branch, and doing a fantastic job. I don't have that address on me at the telephone. At the telephone, and I don't have it on me right now.
I have his phone number. It's 312.
Maybe not so much his phone number too, right?
Yeah.
But he has a post office address where of the Sundiata Acoli Freedom Campaign in Chicago, right?
I believe. Okay, so if I can check with Brother Hondo and ask him exactly what the situation is. But if not, I do know that the phone number for the Malcolm X Grassroots is 312-737-8679.
Okay, then that'll work too.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, that'll work. So they're one in the same location, and I even think the post office about to one in the same location. Right, and he has Sun Views too. So either one, the New York address or Brother Hondo, his address is Sun Views available to both of them.
Great. Brother Sundiata, I've been in jail for 19 years for your worldview and for a struggle of African people. A lot of people would ask the question, how have you been able to survive, and how have you been able to really just to maintain the same beliefs that you had? A lot of people just have to ask the question, how do you do it from day to day?
Okay, I don't know, it may sound a little, anyway, I noticed that, okay, here's the thing. I noticed that a lot of people that have been in prison a long time, even people that struggle, right, a little disillusioned because there's not much support for political prisoners, there's not much support for political things, period, right? And they feel that they get disillusioned, they just feel that people don't support them, right? And they may be justified, but what I'm saying is that when I was struggling for African people, right? But I was also I wasn't struggling so that people would praise me or support me or whatever, right? I struggled because I felt it was necessary and that people had to struggle and that definitely I had to struggle, right? And so that when I got into prison, I wasn't that concerned about whether people supported me or whatever. And it didn't bother me that you know that there wasn't a whole lot of groundswell of support, and maybe I'm just feel like that. Some people it does, right? I simply do what I feel that I have to do, period. And I'm you know, and even I'm struggling for African people, and I guess maybe that's the way I am now. And having said that, is that also I was surprised too of just people that are conscious. Not, you know, it's not a full, but every now and then I'd get letters from people that would say, "Hey, brother, I really appreciate, you know, you struggling for our people, right? And I just wanted you to know that there's somebody out here that does, right? And it makes you feel good, right? But that wasn't the main reason I'm struggling. But I'm saying it also helps, right? I mean, it helps to you know, keep you keep you afloat. And lately, more and more people are beginning to get conscious because of people like you, people like Hondo, and other people that have political prisons. The Puerto Rican movement is very good at emphasizing and educating people about their political prison. In fact, I think the work that they did on the nationalists, the Puerto Rican nationalists, is kind of like a model for what, you know, for the movement, right? They kept the nationalists alive among the Puerto Rican people when nobody else even knew what about the nationalists, except every now and then you hear about them, right? They kept that alive the whole time they were in prison. And so now I think that after a decade and going into 2 decades, there has been more like whatever you call it, education material or whatever around political prisons, and it's still, you know, like still most people don't know what a political prison is, a prisoner of war, whatever, but it's beginning to get out there, and like I said, because of I think people are getting a little bit more conscious. I think conditions are getting a lot worse. And it just takes time, but I think that now people are beginning to become a little more conscious of it. I don't know if that answers your question. I kind of rambled in, but anyway, that's basically it.
Well, we can just hope that people are going to, we're going to start to struggle around the issue of political prisons and around, more very seriously around the issue of independence for African people.
Definitely. Yeah, when I said independent, I really, even though our people, that's another thing, really, our people so far haven't really sit down and decided exactly what we're going to have to do to deal with our problem. And frankly, when I said independent, I meant that I think that black people are going to have to move toward independence, and that's really the only solution to our problem. When I mean independence is that we're going to have to move toward forming an independent state on land within, you know, land that was formerly within U.S. borders.
Well, Brother Sundiata, thank you for coming on the air and sparing this time on a Saturday morning.
All right,
It's very impromptu interview, but got it together. And we definitely would like to be hearing from you in the future.
Really?
Okay. So you hang on and thanks again.
All right. Good talk to you.
polls opened at 6 o'clock. At 6:01, the Democratic Party registered 500,000 votes automatically. I mean, they could just sit back and say it's going to maximum they could get. So anybody who's trying to get in there got a big thing overcome from Jump Street. And it just went that way for year after year after year. It got stronger and stronger. See, but the question was then, so with those kinds of systems in operation, blacks had to make some decisions. Revolution wasn't around the corner. You wasn't going to overthrow that sucker by armed violence any way you think about it. And blacks have families like everybody else, and they got to eat. So you had a whole slew of African Americans who